Atlantia vivere, Atlantia vincere, Atlantia victor, Atlantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere. My dear friends, I know that you in the European Parliament like it swift and to the point, 2 minutes max. And you know, when Monica Macovei made the mistake, she believed that she is in the Romanian Parliament and started to say how in our country, which is believed to be a country of thieves, also the Prime Minister is a thief. And the people said, yes, we believe you, you are all thieves and whores and so on, so your Prime Minister is also a thief and a whore. We absolutely believe you, please shut up. It was gorgeous to see that. And yes, and they are going to maintain the MCV or CMV or whatever for Romania, the mechanism of verification and I don't know what. 10 years after the entry into the European Union, 8.5 years, yes. 1st of January 2007. And today I'm going to talk to you about Greece, our beautiful Elada. We are going to lose Greece. Russia, the Holy Mother Russia, is going to buy Greece. Because I have found out today that we have lost Cyprus. You know, there was something big going on with Cyprus, things that happen now in Greece, people going and withdrawing money from the banks in Cyprus, the government saying that people can no longer withdraw money. Then the Bitcoin rose up to $1,200 in 2012 or 2013, 2012, because everyone, the mafia in Cyprus invested their money in bitcoins, and then they transferred their bitcoins into other countries, and then they exchanged their bitcoins into other currencies, and so on. It was very easy. At one moment in time, you could get rich because you went to Mountain Gox, which is located in USA, I believe, and you bought with $150 one Bitcoin, and you could sell it to the European server with $1,200 in the same hour. The hour does bring what the year does not bring. And after the big scandal, my cousin Putin came, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, and he bought the whole debt, he paid the whole debt of Cyprus, and he installed his naval and aerial and ground bases, military bases in Cyprus. So Holy Mother Russia has 70,000 tanks, including the armor cars of the infantry. Meanwhile, UK has 408 tanks, France has 423 tanks, Germany has 384 tanks. And we have flying saucers. So, my brother Tsipras said, yes, he is going to call for a referendum. With what money this referendum is going to be paid? Because you know, Alex Balinar, the emperor from the Macedon family, says, we are all equal, I see. And in the madness of the Masonic and the MVO, which started with the French Revolution, because the king was decapitated, because they said the king, yes, everyone is equal. The people who are illiterate and savage and primitive are equal to the people who are rich and literate and educated. And women are no longer the slaves of man. Women are equal with men, and men should make children and take care of them, and women should go to work and explore the world. And the newborn babies have the same rights and obligations like 60-year-old men and women. And yes, it is okay because it is the right of the woman to kill her own children. So if you cut off your child while it is still inside the body of a woman before he is born, if you cut him into little pieces and saw him out, it is okay. But if you hit him once after he's born, then you go to prison, because the full personality, fucking personality, because the personality of the child is developed inside his family and inside this society, you know. So the whole mess which started at the French Revolution with my decapitation there, because I was the king there, and the whole madness spread like a wildfire throughout Europe, and the whole, you know, mad way of thinking drew the white race in Europe and Atlantia towards extinction. Why we have this situation in Greece? Well, in Greece there are 8 million people, and they must field an army as large as Turkey, because Turkey has between 88 and 92 million people, and it is practically the Ottoman Empire collapsed by France and England and USA back in the 1850s, when they were strong and they invaded the Persian Empire. So history goes like this. First there was the Roman Empire, then the Roman Empire was divided. The Western Roman Empire fell in 476. Rome was conquered by Odoacro, the German prince. And the Eastern Roman Empire, Constantinople, survived until 1453, when it was conquered by Bayezid, the Lightning. Or by Mohammed the Conqueror, I don't know exactly. And then he fucked the empress, and he decapitated the empress in front of anyone else. And he said, yes, we Lemurians, we Gypsy, we the Red Race, stay here in, you know. And interestingly, when came Atatürk as the new Sultan Turkey, because you know the picture of Atatürk is still maintained, he was the one character who convinced the Europeans that Turkey is now a modern society, and the Europeans allowed him to maintain control over Constantinople or Istanbul. And thus the promise of Sultan Bayezid, who decapitated the empress in 1453, was maintained. That the promise is that Constantinople will always be a red city and will never be returned to the white race or to Atlantia. So Turkey now says, yes, we are a multicultural society, we are in 2 continents, but unfortunately they are at war. Although they are both in NATO, they are at war with Greece. And Greece has to arm herself to protect all the islands in the Mediterranean, all the beautiful islands, from Turkish invasion. And of course 88 million people produce more food and more goods than 8 million people. Regardless of, because now in the modern age, you know, information goes so fast. And so Greece had to get herself in debt in order to maintain an asymmetrical large army, because yes, they don't have a lot of Lemurian soldiers, so they must invest in very smart and very expensive stuff, like airplanes, cruisers, carriers, and so on, missiles. And what will happen now? Well, now Greece will go bankrupt. That is what will happen. And after that, the new government will pass a law saying, yes, the women are the slaves of men and they must spread out their legs and make 15 children. And so the population of Greece will increase. The population of Greece must increase, because otherwise we cannot, because the Turks and the Pakistanis and the Indians and the Russians and the Chinese will all come and invade us. Actually the Russians they quite protect Europe, and although it doesn't appear to be so. But I'm the Tsar of Russia and I know how things are. Yes, the Russians like to protect and expand their territory, but they do this because they need to be strong, because they have a whole lot of army in Siberia, because there are a lot of Inuit tribes, which are yellow people. They are Tatars, they are Mongols, they occupy Siberia, they occupy the Krai of Krasnoyar Arcs and the Republic or Empire of Satka. And they have to maintain the Russians, they have to build, the Trans-Siberian Railway. And they had to build a lot of cities and a lot of forts and for the army. They are really good at securing their borders with China. So what will happen is that Greece will now switch to Russia, to Holy Mother Russia. And my friend Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin will come there and will say, yes, we will pay 250 or 350 billions or whatever they need. It is not much for Russia. And they will install army bases in Greece. And these army bases will be filled with Russian tanks and Russian artillery and Russian troops in order to resist the new Ottoman Empire and the new ISIS and so on from invading Europe. Because if ISIS conquers Greece and Romania and Bulgaria and all the states in the east, and also maybe Italy from Algeria and Spain from the same country, then the whole Europe will collapse because there is no Western European army to speak of. And the Americans have their own bankruptcy problems. So you see, we are now about 800 million, 670 million white people in the world and 7 billion others. And we are going to have some invasions of Europe like in the ancient times. This is the test of the unmanifested nature, which is like the test of women. I have met 6 or 7 or 8 women all named Diana. And they all insisted on the fact that I have to be free and I have to choose my own destiny. And I waited like a stupid man after my father. And when my father came here, he gave me $500 and he said, well, I don't care, make your own operation. I said, well, it costs $10,000 and you already postponed me for 8 years. He said, I don't care, I have my own children, I don't care, go fuck yourself. And so I understand, yes. When I phoned the last Diana, the 7th or 8th, she asked me which Diana I am, the 7th, the 8th for you. And I said, yes, all the women which are named Diana. I insisted that I have to make my own life and be on my own 2 feet. And now I have problems at my lungs, my heart, my left knee and my left hand, my spinal column. No one is helping me. I have invested all my time and energy into this medieval country of Romania, and for nothing, because Romanians remained as thieves and whores as they were before. And now I am dying. And what I have accomplished in this life? Only making some videos on the internet. That is nothing. So all these dialogues were right. And as the power of the manifestation says, yes, you can burn women alive, you can strangle them, hang them, decapitate them, cut them open, split them in half, split them in quarter. Does not matter. Because there are 3.5 billion women on this planet, and always there will be another one who will ask you the same test and the same question and will behave the same way and will even look in approximately the same way as the previous one until you learn your lesson. And you should know that nature never created anything, because I know that you Masons revere nature and you say, yes, nature created the mountains and the flowers and the grass. No, this is all stupid. Nature only created one big hole, one big black hole, and from that big black hole, the spirit, which is the unmanifested God, which is 20 times more powerful than nature, created everything. And each galaxy is the work of one seraphim. Each star system, each cluster of star system is the work of one cherubim. Each star is practically a spirit, an angel. Each planet is also a lesser, more powerful angel, and depending on the powers, why there are so many barren planets who now become teamed with life. Like on Mars we have water now, and on Moon, because the spirit of those planets are working. And I have worked for 2 billion years to create all this what you see on Earth, and I don't want to throw it away. Yes, I know a lot of the species are disappearing, blah blah blah. My teeth are missing, yes, the planet is in bad shape, but you should know, I have found out why I have these lung problems. My father bought some Bonanza furniture which was made for young people, and this Bonanza furniture contained the mattresses which are very old, 45 years old now, or 35 years old, I don't know. And I was there when they bought it. And first of all, another guy which was very displeased came into the store and says, yes, I can't sleep on these mattresses because they are very strong, very tough, I want something soft. And after that, they exchanged, and my father came, the director, which was a woman of that store, told my father, yes, keep those mattresses, it is seaweed, keep them until you die and give them to your children. So I got the 2 mattresses and I threw away one, and I cut the part which is on top of it on one side of one, because it was full of dirt. And after I did that, I have discovered why I have suffered from asthma and all the other lung diseases from the past 35 years, because in that old mattress there is a lot of dust and dirt. 45 years old, 40 years old, 35 years old. And all this stuff now is inside my lungs. That is why I'm speaking so badly now. So I have to throw away my last mattress. I have to replace one light bulb. I have spent $400 out of 500. I have 4 million all lions left, 400 million lions left. I have to buy, because I throw away all the old pots, old teapot from the time of my father, and I really want to wipe out, because he behaved so badly with me, all the things that he left to me. I want to replace them all. So that is the problem with Greece. People in Greece have a democracy like in the ancient times, in Athens, in Sparta, in Argos, Oinomenos, and they ask the question, well, at the last election we have not decided on financial issues, now one man called Tsipras wants to decide for all of us, and that was the question for which the previous party lost the elections. Because people in Greece said, and many women said, yes, it is against democracy because we have not talked about this stuff during the elections. Now, after the election, they will break up all their promises and make a deal and cut off the pensions and so on, and they don't have the moral right to do so, or the legal right, or the legitimacy. And now Tsipras is asking the people. But unfortunately, he will not have the money for it, because Greece will go bankrupt in 3 days. But we will have the money, because the Russians will come in. And so, yes, people will reject that naturally. It is like when you ask a financial question. That is why financial questions are not allowed in referendums. Do you agree not to pay taxes at all? Or if you ask a question with many variants, variant number A, pay 50% tax, variant number B, pay 40%, C 30%, D 20%, E 10%, F no tax at all. Most people will choose not to pay any taxes at all, obviously. It is like when Hitler invaded Austria. First he made a referendum, as the German people, What do you want? Do you want me to develop an arm industry, or do you want to remain unemployed? Most people said yes, we want an arms industry. After that he said, I'm now going to invade Czechoslovakia, the Sudeten region. And after that he asked at a referendum, do you want the German in Czechoslovakia to be reunited with Germany, yes or no? And 95% said yes. After that he invaded Austria, and it was the Anschluss, and he asked the Germans, do you want our German brothers who speak the German language in Austria to be reunited with the motherland or the fatherland? And it said in Germany, 98% said yes. So it was all very democratic. Okay, goodbye, my friends.